A very good morning, students, and a warm welcome. We are going to start lesson 4 and module 2. Module 2, lesson 4. In module 2, there are 3 lessons, but they are quite big. In module 2, the first lesson is public revenue, and this is also very big. So I divided it into 4 parts. In the first part, we are going to discuss about sources of public revenue. The name of the lesson is public revenue. So in this, we will be discussing so many things connected with public revenue. First of all, understand the meaning of public revenue. The government performs various functions in the field of political, social, economic activities to maximize social and economic welfare. Of course, in order to perform these functions and duties, the government requires large amount of resources. Such resources are raised from various sources, and these resources raised in the form of money are called public revenue. So resources raised in the form of money is called as public revenue. Now, sources of public revenue, we can classify it into 2 parts: tax revenue and non-tax revenue. In tax revenue, there are 2 types of taxes: direct taxes and indirect taxes. In non-tax revenue, there are administrative revenue, which is again divided into 5 parts: fines, fees, special assessment prices, profit from public enterprises, then grants in aid and gifts, deficit financing, borrowings, and miscellaneous. So now we are going to discuss one by one of these sources of public revenue. The sources of public revenue are broadly classified into tax revenue and non-tax revenue. First, understand what is tax revenue. The revenue received by the government from the imposition of taxes is known as tax revenue. A tax is a compulsory contribution imposed by a public authority. A tax is a liability imposed up to the tax assessees, that is, the citizens who are liable to pay tax. A tax is paid as per the determination of government. Generally, the tax revenue accounts for a larger share in the total public revenue. Taxes have been classified into direct and indirect taxes. Direct taxes are imposed on income and wealth, for example, income tax, wealth tax, etc. Indirect taxes are imposed on purchases or sales of commodities, for example, sales tax, excise and customs duty, or goods and services tax, GST. Now let us understand the characteristics of tax. There are 4 characteristics of tax. Number 1, a tax is a compulsory payment to the government. The people who become liable to pay tax should pay the tax. Refusal to pay the tax is an offense and will be met with the punishment. Second, there is no quid pro quo between taxpayer and public authority. This means the taxpayer cannot claim any specific benefit in return for the payment of tax. Next, there is no direct give and take relationship between a taxpayer and the tax levying public authority. And the fourth, every tax involves some sacrifice on the part of taxpayer. These are the characteristics of tax. Now let us understand non-tax revenue. The revenue received by the government from the sources other than tax revenue is known as non-tax revenue. Following are the important sources of non-tax revenue. Number 1, administrative charges. In the administrative charges, we will be discussing 5 points. So, the government, while performing its administrative functions, derives certain revenues. The important sources of revenues are: number 1, fees. A fee is charged by public authorities for rendering a service to the people, and it covers the cost of service. Sometimes it may be in excess of cost. For example, registration of birth, death, passport fees, license fees, etc. Second, fines and penalties. They are a sort of punishment or suffering or loss imposed on individuals in money terms for the breach of law or non-fulfillment of some conditions. Fines are compulsory charge from the offender of the law without any quid pro quo. Third type, special assessment, that is betterment levy. It is a special charge collected from certain members of the community who receive certain special benefits from the government activities. For example, public parks, irrigation facilities, road constructions, etc. Such facilities may provide special benefit to those possessing properties in that area. Next, prices. The government produces and sells certain goods and services in public interest. Prices are the revenues derived by the government through the sale of these goods and services. Then, profits from public enterprises. The government owns and operates many undertakings in the interest of the community. In this process, the government earns profit from the state or public enterprises. For example, surplus earnings from railways, state transport, banks, etc. These 5 points are under administrative revenues, or that is coming under non-tax revenue. So the first point, administrative revenue, under that there are 5 sub-points. Second, gifts and grants. When financial assistance is received from one government to another government, it is known as grants. A financial assistance from one country's government to another country's government is known as foreign aid. Grants are given to the state of local governments to perform certain activities. The gifts and donations are made in cash or in kind by patriotic people or institutions. This is about the second non-tax revenue. Now we'll move on the next part, deficit financing. It implies an excess public spending over public revenue. The gap is filled by printing more currency. This method is inflationary because it adds to existing money supply in the economy and creates new demand for goods and services. And of course, this leads to the rise in the price level. The next is borrowing. When the budgeted public expenditure exceeds public revenue, the gap is filled by resorting to borrowing. It may be compulsory or voluntary. They may be internal or external, that is domestic borrowing or foreign borrowing. They have a repayment liability with interest. Next, miscellaneous sources. This includes revenue received from sales of public assets, claim of state to private properties, etc. The government may sometimes also resort to sell some of its assets like gold, etc., in the market. Basically, the sale of public asset is relatively minor source of receipt. The government often owns the property in the forms of land and buildings and earns rent on it. So this is what you have to write about sources of public revenue. Students, the question can be explain the sources of public revenue. In that you have to write first of all, if you can do this diagram or this chart, it is okay. Give the definition of public revenue and then sources of public revenue, tax revenue, direct taxes, indirect taxes, characteristics of tax, non-tax revenue. In that under first there are 5 points and remaining 5 points you have to give in the answer of your sources of public revenue. Thank you very much.